There's no way they close. I don't believe that. I don't believe that heading at all. This guy's a goofball. You leaned on that screen demonstration too much. All I see is confusion. I watch a lot of calls. This is definitely better than the average. It's not good compared to the best, and I'm the best. I don't know if that's a good idea, but good luck. Shut the fuck up. Ooh, we're in the silver range now, baby. This is crazy. This is crazy. If they buy, that's insane. And I'm not hating on you, Carter, but wow. That was 4 out of 10. No. That was 1 out of 10. Sorry. So this is a sales call from a gentleman named Carter Vincentini. I'm going to break down his sales call. I'm not going to worry about his product knowledge because he's probably, by the way, I'm going into this blind. He's probably going into a niche or going to discuss a niche that I am not familiar with. Unless it's meant to be a niche, I'm not going to worry about his product knowledge. I'm just going to dive into his sales call ability, his inflections, how he talks, his mannerisms, and things like that. Things that everyone can learn from when I basically break down this video. If you're wondering who the fuck am I, good question. I've worked in sales for the last 6 years, tech sales that is, and just recently I quit my job to indulge in my endeavors to grow my SMMA agency. Now it was always doing 5 figures a month. It just hit 40K a month as of last month. So I don't see it capping anytime soon. I do think me and my team can bring it to 200 grand a month very soon. So let's dive into this call and see what this guy's got.
Hi, Catherine. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you taking some time in your day to jump in this call.
Oh, all good. Sorry, I just touched something. Sorry, I got my partner here, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah, awesome. Like I said, I appreciate you taking some time. Basically, throughout the call, I'm going to be going over our services, the strategies that we use, the different packages and whatnot. I did some due diligence, but before I jump into anything, just a couple quick questions for you both, just to see where you're currently at in your real estate career, how you got into it, stuff like that.
Real estate. Okay. I personally don't like saying I appreciate you taking your time. I do find myself saying it, but at the same time, they're taking your time out of your day as well. So you're just as important as them, especially if you can make them money. But that's just nitpicky.
If you guys have any questions for me throughout, I'm basically just going to be rambling on, trying to keep your attention.
He's a good looking kid, man. He's a good looking kid. Italian, I'm assuming. Nice voice too.
Best I can, so feel free to just interrupt and ask away at any point in time.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm just going to share my screen here.
Wow. He just shared a screen that quickly? I'm assuming this guy is like a beginner or not as experienced in sales and he just does SMMA. He could be doing this for a while, but I think a little bit more chit chat and discovery questions before even sharing your screen was probably the best course of action here. I think he's leaning on his pitch or pitch deck or whatever he's about to share on a screen a little bit too much. Maybe it's nervousness, maybe it's just what he does, but I would recommend at least 5 minutes of just talking back and forth, understanding this person, what they're doing, and you know, finding their problems and really just targeting and angling my pitch to their problems instead of just showing a blank canvas straight off the bat, giving a tutorial basically. They might know everything you're about to describe here. Let me shut up, let me keep watching.
So yeah, like I said, did some due diligence, but if you guys can just kind of give me a brief summary on how you two came about starting working together, if it's something I'm sure you're doing full-time, but if it's something part-time, full-time, yeah, just kind of a brief summary of how you guys got into it.
Well, we've been friends for years, and we both worked in the travel industry, which collapsed over COVID.
Yeah.
And so we decided to take our real estate course. Ashley's still a flight attendant with WestJet, and
Okay.
I didn't go back I was a travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
I do it part-time, but not like I do it
Not
on
like
my
you used to
own.
do.
No, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so we've been at this for about a year now, and yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. You guys like it so far?
Yeah, it's been awesome.
That's good.
We had a pretty good and successful first year, but we're always looking to build our client base and
For sure. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
How was last year for you guys as far as close?
He should have asked these questions before he shared a screen. You know, obviously he's not going through a pitch deck, but these are the questions that he should have been asked. The question he just asked before I paused, I don't think led on from her previous answer, which can look a bit amateur-y sometimes, but so far so good.
Those ends goes, and then was it a 50-50 split between buyers and sellers?
There is no sales guard up from these guys. They did say they were in the business for just a year, so it seems like they haven't really had many of these conversations, because if someone was, you know, in front of a camera in front of me, I'd know straight away they're trying to sell me something, whereas these don't, which I guess is probably Carter's persona, that he doesn't have that like killer look. He doesn't have that look where people just, you know they're trying to sell you something, whereas he doesn't. So maybe that's why they're so emotive.
Or was it heavier on the buyer side?
Heavier in the buyers.
Heavier
Okay.
on the buyer's side.
Yeah.
And then mainly residential sales?
Yeah. All residential. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, just to gauge a better understanding as far as agreeing to get on this call in the first place, like you guys said, have you been actively looking to like implement having a marketing back end to constantly build the pipeline, you know, bring in leads, or is it more from like a social media aspect of things, like growing your brand organically and stuff like that?
We were looking at a company about 6 months ago, and to be honest, we met with our broker and he said we'd be better off without.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense.
Look, I don't mean to shit on anyone, but that was a perfect example and time to just delve deeper into that and say, what was the problems? Where did it go wrong? Why 6 months ago and not over the past 5, 4, 3, 2 months? What happened during those 6 months of you not having outsourced marketing? Why 6 months? Why are we talking now after 6 months? Was it such a bad situation that you just didn't want to try it again? Why are you back in the market now? I think he could have fed off of that a lot more than, you know, going on to the next slide.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys answering that. Just a little bit about us, who we are and what we do. We're a full service real estate specialized agency, so doing everything from A to Z for our teams and agents to essentially help build their brand and scale and bring in new leads organically just by posting with our strategies. And then obviously with our unique advertising strategies on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Google, bringing in new clientele and building a database that way. We're also based out of Canada, Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie, and Windsor, so we do understand your market and essentially what's going on here. We're not based out of the States. Now, with operating online, our number one priority is getting results for everyone, which is essentially...
Bro, this sounds like he's regurgitating or reading it off some shit. I'm bored as fuck. I'm skipping. Next slide.
I'm not going to be able to see you in person or in office every single day. And it's pretty cliche to say this, but it's just because we've worked with people in the past that have, you know, bigger heads and won't contact us for a month and a half and then let us know that the quality of the appointments hasn't been very good. Well, that's just send us a simple text and we can do things in the back end to, you know, get better.
I think you could have left that out. You don't need to talk about bad things happening with your company. Just move on. Talk about the good things. No, they don't care about your problems or the other companies' tripes that they're having with your, you know, partnership. They just want to learn about how they can make more money at the end of the day, pretty much. But
better and better results, which is obviously what it's all about. And then from your perspective, you're paying someone money and it's an online business. You're never going to want to be left in the dark and know what's going on 24/7. So we send out weekly ad reports, 24/7 communication with the team, weekly ad reports going over the campaigns, how they're running, our plans for the next week, just overall to make sure. So we also have an inside sales agents teams. Basically these agents are trained for a 3-month period as far as getting them used to the script, what they're allowed to ask, what they're not allowed to ask. So depending on the package, we'll place an agent in your business. They're going to work for you full time to manage the CRM, make all the phone calls, book appointments for you on autopilot while you're out, you know, doing whatever, out for dinner, and these are being scheduled. 1 weekend shift per month, unlimited dials, so they're constantly calling these people, just working them, trying to get a hold of them. And then we also have 2 master inside sales training classes, so they're pretty cool. It's twice a month, weekly hour calls, and all these agents get together, all the other agents get together, network, they go over what's been working for them, you know, the scripts that have been working, certain rebuttals to hit people with if you're doing calls yourself, and just kind of a cool thing to train everyone. So now, just to go over our exact strategy and precisely what it is that we're sent.
I think you should have asked the question. Anything related to the niche. Something related to that. Let me just go back. Have you, how many dials are you guys making? Anything. 1 weekend shift per month. These kind of you 100%, you just went onto another slide, completely changing the subject when you should have just asked a question. Anything. Even say, does that sound for any questions at this point? I'm more than happy to kind of answer.
So, just to no worries, I have a dog too, so I understand. Just to briefly go over the CRM and where you would spend all of your time to essentially see what's going on. It's called Go High Level. The reason I chose it is because if everyone's like me, I absolutely hate learning.
Nobody gives a shit. They don't care about your Go High Level. They don't care about your software. They care about getting more leads and making more money. I've never, ever shared my screen showing Go High Level. Nobody gives a shit. Show them results from past clients. Talk about that. Talk about results over Facebook ads. Maybe you did and you're just not showing it on your screen, but nobody gives a shit about the Go High Level. Like, I've been doing this 14 months and I've never shared my screen talking about Go High Level. Maybe my first or second pitch ever, but after that I never ever shared my screen. So I'm assuming this is your first or second pitch.
New platforms, probably the worst thing ever, so I want to keep it as
I want you to understand I'm not being a dickhead, and I want everyone who's watching this who is a beginner in sales to embody themselves sitting a pitch like this. I'm going to give you the hard truth. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay, so if I see any pussies getting offended, oh, he's just being a dickhead, very negative, take it how you want. You can take it as constructive. You can put your ego on your fucking head and say, okay, shut up, nobody's going to listen to you. Or you can say, you know what, he might be right, let me take that into account. Don't show Go High Level.
easy as possible. As you can see on the left hand side here, there's like a bunch of different dashboards, but you'll only have access to 5 of them. Now finally, we're huge advocates of building a personal brand and just growing organically on social media. Quite literally, all the biggest real estate teams and agents in the world emphasize this stuff, and the fact that 70% of people still don't do it kind of blows my mind, but we wanted to take over and just sort of help out with this process. We have a real estate specialized social media manager that works with our clients one-on-one. They'll do a full audit of your Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to make sure it's SEO optimized, the profile is all good. If you don't have any platforms, just simply develop a quick profile. It takes like
Do you have Instagram? Do you have Facebook? Do you have Twitter? Hey, I did have a little bit of research online looking at your background. I see that you use TikTok, but you're not really utilizing it. Why are you asking questions that you should already know the answer to? Or making assumptions that, you need to say these things out loud, and it shows that you've prepared. It very much seems like you haven't prepared for this.
5 minutes, but regardless, we're gonna come up with 16 videos a month, 4 videos a week, and we're gonna make your life quite literally as easy as possible when it comes to filming this stuff. So we're gonna create the
Let's see what you got.
That's based on someone you're hiring giving you a discounted, a deal, a bargain. I don't know if that's a good idea, but good luck. Honey,
I don't know if that's a good idea, but good luck. Man, shut the fuck up.
realtors give.
So just stuff like that. We'll get in a call with him. He'll do the filming. That's all on his iPhone, and just
This guy's a goofball. Not you, Carter. This guy. He's a dork. He's got a cute kid. So, he's got those dad points. So I can't really say much. I take everything I said back. I just saw the kid, my bad.
with his phone mic. So it's not like these people are buying, expensive cameras or high quality equipment. It all comes down to just good lighting, good audio, good ideas, and then obviously a lot of editing depending on the individual. So I'll go over the package.
Yeah.
Now, the pricing, how it all works, and then we can see if you guys have any questions.
What? That's it? You share your screen, you talk about the thing, you talk at them for 40 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever the fuck I had to just pull my eyes against, and then you just go, let's just talk about pricing. Doesn't even know if they want it or not. This will be good. It says closed, so let's see what they say. Could be suckers.
Sounds good.
So we operate on a 3-month contract with most of our packages. The reason being for that is we genuinely want to make sure this is successful for all teams and all realtors that we onboard. My reputation is on the line, so That's our number one priority. And this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not saying I'm going to do this for you for 3 weeks and bring you 10 people that are looking to buy multi-million-dollar homes. If that was the case, I've probably cracked the real estate advertising code and this would be $1 billion business. But unfortunately, I actually do need to split test and figure out what's going to work for you guys, your brand in the area. So hence the 3-month contract for that. So the first package is the basic package,
Okay.
which is $500 a month taxes.
I thought he was gonna say some crazy number like $5,000 for the first month or some shit. But $500 a month? Okay. I was actually getting a bit sweaty there. I was like, do not fucking say like $1,500 a month or some shit. $500 a month? Stop talking. It's worth the shot. It's worth the gamble. Give me the fucking signature. Boom. Boom.
That's what Versatile Agency invoices for. On top of that, there's the minimum ad spend of $10 a day. So $300 a month would be for the ad spend. Now, this isn't a number that we just pulled out of thin air. We've ran hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of housing and real estate ads. And what we've come to realize is that we need a minimum of $10 a day to essentially get results, make it worth our time, and obviously your time as well. So
I say this to a lot of guys and myself. Okay, now we're getting into something here. I can feel the juices flowing. I can see the comfortability coming out a little bit. Just the way he talked there, it wasn't bad. Say the ad spend like it's no big deal. Say it like, oh, it's $20 ad spend a day. Moving on. Instagram ads, of course, you understand, blah, 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 blah. Facebook, ad spend, $20 a day. Of course, you guys would have to understand you need to take a bit of a, expense out of your pocket because we're basically doing everything else on our end, ultimately for free because we have a guarantee if it does have a guarantee. But again, don't delve deep on that ad spend because when I was in sales calls, I used to think about it all the time saying, oh man, I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to have to tell them if they have to spend their own money for ad spend. If you just brisk past it like it's nothing, like it's just another Tuesday, they won't give a shit. And if they do, always say this and this only. Look, in order for this to work, there needs to be a financial sting on your end of the business. Because of our guarantee where you can actually get your money back from us, you actually have to put some money down because you already would be doing it anyways if we weren't in the picture.
Oh, the ad spend is a variable cost, and that's why we don't include it in our invoice. It's just something you pay for with whatever card you have on the ads manager, because 1 month it could be $220, the next month it could be $250, it could be $180, etc., etc. It'll never go over the $300 monthly threshold, but depending on whether or not we're consistently running the ads 24/7 throughout the entire month, there might be 4 days where we have to pause the campaign to change the advertisement or change something on the landing page. So it could be less than 300, which is why it's a variable cost. But regardless, with this basic package, you're getting the entire strategy I just talked about, strictly on Instagram and Facebook. We're running Instagram and Facebook ads, developing the landing page, weekly ad reports, bi-weekly creatives, bi-weekly meetings, and appointments guaranteed. So I know a lot of people have their guarantees, and like you said, a lot of agencies reached out to you and whatnot, but I'm gonna explain ours to you and essentially what we mean by it exactly. So if you were to come to me, or both of you were to come to me at the end of this 90-day contract and you say, hey, listen, Carter, we got booked appointments, the people didn't show up, the quality wasn't there, nothing really happened, or we didn't get any booked appointments, we made some phone calls, we genuinely did everything we could, and we didn't get anything from this just besides like the personal brand development. What I'll say to you guys is, okay, moving forward, scratch the monthly payment. My team and I are gonna work for free. We're gonna reevaluate, come up with a new strategy. What wasn't working? Why wasn't it working? Why aren't people booking appointments? Why weren't they, turning into deals? And we're gonna continue to work for free until we can essentially guarantee that return on investment, figure out what's gonna work, get you those booked appointments, because this does work for everyone. We're a very young, determined team. We know that what we do does work and can work, so we wanna display that through essentially this guarantee that we've implemented. Now, with all packages, you'll see an option to pay annually. It's just kind of a perk. You'll get 3 months for free just by paying annually. So essentially, if you weren't to pay month for month, you just get the 3 months for free. So the next
Ooh, we're in the silver range now, baby. This is crazy. This is crazy. Crazy.
package is a silver package.
If they buy, that's insane. And I'm not hating on you, Carter, but wow.
It's $13.97 a month, taxes in on top of a $600 ad spend. So now we're not only running Instagram and Facebook ads, we're also running YouTube and Google ads, TikTok ads. You're getting a part-time ISA to manage the CRM and make all the calls, book the appointments. bi-weekly creatives, bi-weekly meetings, weekly ad reports. We're now also implementing video ads, so all the scripting and editing behind them done by us. Landing page development and appointments guaranteed once again. And then obviously the option to pay annually for this package as well and getting the 3 months for free.
Yeah, we get it. What's the next one? Show me the gold.
So this gold package is more for like teams, so I won't go over that, but I'll go over these last three. So this is the content machine package. It's all about building your brand, organically bringing in leads, and just growing the team's brand. So it's $4.97 a month.
Okay, he's got too many. What's going on here? There's like a bajillion packages going on here. I don't know what the name of it is, but the theory of choice, is that what they say? Some guy told me about this, the ice cream decision making. So if you go to 2 ice cream parlors, you got one here and you got the other there, okay? This ice cream parlor has fucking 20 different flavors. We've got Kinder Bueno, you know what I'm talking about. We got the Ferrero Rocher. We got the goddamn lemon curd bullshit. You got all those mad flavors, 20 of them. You go in there, you get a flavor, you're like, don't know if I like that choice. I regret not going with that one. That's how you're gonna feel when you go to a place with 20 different flavors. But if you go into the other ice cream parlor and it has 3 freaking flavors, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and they do those packages very well, you're gonna come out of that motherfucking place with chocolate ice cream. You better have chosen chocolate, and you're gonna be like, I'm happy with that decision. My guy's got too many options here. He should only have 1, maybe 2 different options. I don't even know if they remember the screen from the last option, because I certainly didn't. Okay, and these guys aren't asking any questions, and he isn't asking them any more questions. So, I'm not satisfied with this call. However, they sat the call and they're engaged at least, so that's already above average.
Month taxes in, there's no ad spend on top of that, because like I said, it's just all about organic growing. So we operate on a 6-month contract for this. Reason being is producing content is a marathon and not a sprint, and we don't want to work with anyone who doesn't, understand.
Motherfucker, I sprint the whole marathon. Shit, I got the world record for the marathon. What you talking about?
Understand that? The whole thing is you want to gain an audience and a following of solid people. But yeah, guys, that's everything I wanted to go over with you. Like I said.
Yeah, guys, that's everything I want. What? They should be ready to fucking sign right now. They don't look closed. What you talking about? You leaned on that pitch screen demonstration too much. I don't see them changing from yes, maybe. I don't see any of that. All I see is confusion. I'm confused. Yes, I just did that. Yo, I just shared my screen and talked for a shit ton of time without fucking up, with pure confidence. Yeah, you did. Props to you. But are we selling here, or are we doing motherfucking PowerPoint presentations? What is this, college? I'm not hating on you, bro, but like this is, I watch a lot of calls, and this is definitely better than the average, but it's not good compared to the best, and I'm the best.
I'm gonna be rambling on, trying to keep your attention as best I can, so I appreciate you listening.
He just said he was rambling on. Why are you talking shit about yourself? You need to be ultimately motherfucking powerful and confident in yourself that no matter what you say, it's gospel. I don't see you even believing yourself what you said was the actual fucking truth.
Do you guys have any questions regarding quite literally anything?
I think
Quite literally anything. What?
just so, how many agents do you have in Calgary?
None. We're not working with any in Calgary.
Shout out my Canadians. And he said none.
Area right now.
Okay.
None. We're not working with any Calgary agents at current, which means I also researched the area that there are no ads running right now. So if you were to immediately start running ads, you'll be top searched no matter what. Everyone will see your shit on Facebook, on Meta, on Instagram when you run these ads. Regardless if we get your results or not, you will be seen as the only person in Calgary with the available services that you have. Real estate in this matter.
We are looking to take on like probably 2 or 3, depending, like if it's a massive team, then probably that'll be it. But we've taken a couple of their sales calls with people.
There's no way they close. I don't believe that. I don't believe that heading at all.
Or just kind of waiting to hear back from. So usually, since it's a bigger area, we'll take on 2 or 3 because that doesn't affect like advertising whatsoever.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. I mean, I feel like this has been the best so far, like with the actual marketing. Like a lot of these lead companies don't provide the marketing side, they just
like have a clickbait sort of scheme and then they're like, here's a lead. So it's not like qualified in any way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That was a perfect time to say, right? I know I'm the best. You didn't establish that persona straight away, so I can understand why you're just diluted. But I'm aggressive, and I'm not an aggressive salesman. But when I know I can bite and latch on and make sure that they can actually buy right there and then. They just said they want to think about it. I know for a fact they may have thought about it and bought just because of it piqued their interest. But you didn't close them on the spot here. I'm talking about one call closes, baby. That isn't one of them. So when they said they had to think about it, first of all, I'm a god when it comes to fucking sales. So I know I've given them every single bit of information that they need when they're sat on a sales call with me. So I go, great, look, is there anything that I covered that you want to think about, or do you want me to maybe discuss some other burning questions that you may have, so you do actually have something to think about when you do come to making a decision? Something like that. I would even go as far as, so when someone tells me that they need to think about it, it's either one or two things. It's one, they don't actually need the services anymore. It was just something that piqued their interest, and I know that doesn't fit the criteria for you. Or two, you're still unsure of what you still need in this market, or something along those lines. So do you think maybe I can give you a little bit more information so when you do actually come to a decision, you have something to think about? Yes? No? Great.
More so full service, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
yeah. Okay, well,
Awesome. We'll have a chat about it and we'll get back to you.
For sure. What I can do is I'll send you guys over an email with all the packages that I went over, so you can
Yeah,
actually have them
perfect.
and crunch the numbers. I know I just kind of wheeled through them, so you can actually sort of look at them. And then we'll hold off with sales calls for now.
Bro, okay, I'm done.
In the area.
That was 4 out of 10. No. That was 1 out of 10. Sorry. I don't think the sale was pushed forward. You got them to sit, you spoke clearly, but you sounded like an amateur throughout the way. Your close was fucking awful. And it's very obvious that you're a beginner, so it's fine. I'm not saying it's fucking awful like you're shit. You obviously have potential. I can see the potential. You can talk clearly to the camera or to them. You are dialed in. You look like you maybe have 6 months of sales experience. The main thing that stood out to me here was that this person didn't do the research. They didn't understand the person that was sitting next to them, or in front of them, I should say. It didn't seem like he really wanted to close them right there and then, when closing people on the spot is something that is possible. When they said, let me think about it, you said, for sure, let me send you stuff over an email. You didn't establish a time to, okay, look, let's just say I don't hear back from you. Is there a time that you think might be suited for me to get back in touch in case I don't hear anything from that email? That's at least what you could have done, reschedule a follow-up. I went over the packages. You shouldn't have had 1 billion packages. I went over the Calgary objection. I went over the follow-up objection. You could have cut maybe 10 minutes of talking in that whole call. You could have discovered a lot more. You could have built a relationship on that call. It was very transactional, and the transaction never even fucking happened. I'm trying to think and process this right off the bat. But like, if I was somebody's sales director and I was, they were an AE and I was trying to teach them, I'd be like, this is a prime example of how you shouldn't do a sales call. But these are AEs with experience for 2 years. But you almost look like an SDR doing his first ever sales call, basically. But if that's your first or second or maybe even first 10 calls, that's really strong. That's good, because once you really understand the sales process and deliver for your clients consistently, month over month, you'll start talking like you know what the fuck you're talking about. You'll stop with the pitch deck, and you'll start actually just saying, hey look, we got results for these person, we got results for that. You want to get these burning questions out of them. There was no sales guard at all for them, but they looked like they were delusional as well. I looked at those guys and I was like, what? Like who's sitting in front of me? Like, I need the fucking decision maker. I need the big gun right now, ready to fucking drop down the fucking credit card and pay me. What is there to think about? I would give that call, honestly, 2 out of 10. I give you the 1 because they showed up, and I give you the 2 because at least you spoke clearly. You lost points for not discovering enough, your objection handling was poor, your close was poor, you didn't ask questions throughout, they didn't really seem interested, you leaned on your pitch deck too much, and so forth. That's just the beginning. But gentlemen, that's all I have for today. I will be uploading again a big video on Sunday. Please stay tuned for that. But thank you very much for the support. Before you go, I have a Discord server. Please join, it's free. It's becoming paid by January 1st. So do not miss out because I do drop a lot of free value in there. I run Q&As every single week, 3 of them actually, for 30 minutes every single week, helping you guys out. All I ask is that when you join, you set your name, full name, and also a clear picture of yourself. Send me an Instagram request, send me a message there. More than happy to respond there too. Any questions, you know how to reach out to me if you really have a question. Stay tuned.